Hello and welcome to Machine Embroider Your Life from American Quilters Society and Eversewn. In this series, we're making 9 fun embroidery projects all on the Sparrow X. This time, we're making freestanding lace ornaments. Let's get started. First, let's gather our supplies. I have some adhesive craft spray based, some embroidery thread, scissors, background fabric, 2 pieces of medium cutaway stabilizer. I have my 120 by 180 millimeter embroidery hoop. In the hoop, I have 2 layers of water-soluble stabilizer. And of course, I have the Eversewn Sparrow app loaded on my smart device. I want to prep my fabric. And to do that, I'm going to use my spray based and put together 2 of these layers of cutaway. So I'm making those into 1 layer first. That'll dry pretty quickly. And then I'm going to spray that again and put my fabric over that. No wrinkles. I'm going to let that dry and then we're going to prepare our hoop. I've gone ahead and already hooped 2 layers of that water-soluble stabilizer. You want 2 layers because it's going to help us with our stability as it's stitching this lace. With that, I'm going to install the hoop and we can move to our smart device. We're going to start by opening up the Eversewn Pro app on our smart device. And then the pattern we're working on today, I've purchased and already loaded, so it's in my design. It's this cardinal, so I'm going to click that. And today we're making a red cardinal to send it to the editing board. Not too worried about that, so I'm going to select my cardinal, hit the Move tab down in that sliding tray at the bottom. I'm going to click the button with all the arrows pointing towards the center. That's going to center the piece. With that centered, I'm ready to send it to the machine. With our design all set, we're ready to begin our placement stitch. Now I'm taking our already prepared fabric and I'm placing it over the area of the placement stitch. I can lift up and see that it's covering all the areas. And once I have it set, I like to keep just a very light little weight from above on the fabric that holds the fabric in place. I'm not placing downward pressure. I'm not getting in the way of this at all as it's stitching, but it just helps keep that fabric from shifting as it starts to stitch. So, see, just feather light. And as it gets most of that done, I'm able to just go ahead and let it handle it on its own from there. Now I'm going to take the hoop out of the machine and trim away this excess fabric. When trimming away the fabric, I like to use a sharp pair of curved scissors. And I'm going to be cutting through the layers as close to that tacking stitch as I can. The only thing I want to make sure I don't cut through is the stabilizer at the back. So I'm going to come in and just kind of pull away the fabric and cutaway layers and bring my scissors in as close to that tacking stitch as I can. And it's even okay if I nip into the tacking stitch a little bit. As long as I don't cut the background stabilizer layer, I'm just fine. With freestanding lace embroidery, I really like to keep my hooped area clean. So you'll notice I have all these little extra fuzzies from trimming my fabric. I just take a little piece of tape and I sticky them all right up. This helps keep any fibers out of the area that'll be turned into lace later because those really grab fibers easily and will hold on to them forever. Now that we've trimmed away the excess fabric, we're ready to reinstall the hoop and begin the stitch out. Once the stitch out is done, we get to the really magical part where we dissolve the stabilizer with a little bit of water. You're going to want to follow your manufacturer's instructions to remove the stabilizer. Sometimes it wants different temperature waters, or even in a bath or a running water situation. So do what your manufacturer says to do for your stabilizer. But I like to come in with a Q-tip around the applique part, kind of like we did for patches several projects ago, and start freeing the applique part with a Q-tip and some water, just really saturating that area around the fabric. And once I get those going, I can come into the applique area and start that releasing process. But I can also come in covering my applique just to protect that fabric from any water. Come in and spritz it until it starts to soak. Once all the water-soluble stabilizer is dissolved, you can press your ornament in between some towels. You can also do this and place a heavy book over it to help it dry flat. You're going to want to let it dry completely before you hang it on any trees like we've done over here. But I wanted to give you a quick tip. If, as you get it all dry, you find that your lace isn't stiff enough, you can take a little bit of your excess water-soluble stabilizer, dissolve it in some warm water in like a bowl like this one, and place your lace back in it. This will reintroduce some of the stabilizer and help it stiffen. I hope you've had fun making this project. I've really enjoyed making it with you. Stick around to hear more about the Eversewn Sparrow X. A special thanks to our sponsor, Eversewn. I'm having so much fun making projects with my Eversewn Sparrow X. If you'd like to get to know the machine a little better, you can download the Eversewn Pro app right now. You can find it in the App Store or Google Play Store. And to learn more about the machine, check out the link in the description below for a walkthrough video. Thanks for watching.